Chapter 1. Tamim. Noah was a simple man, a righteous man, and in his days the world had grown impenetrably dark, for the fear of the Lord had been forlorn and dismissed as the ignorance of tribal mythology. Now it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men of old, men of renown. Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. So the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping thing, and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Genesis 6, 1-8. Lamech, Noah's father, had been brought up in the ways of old by his own grandfather, Enoch, who walked with the Lord 300 years and was no more, because the Lord took him. Methuselah, Lamech's father, tutored Noah himself and brought him under wing when only a child. Your God, Noah, is not the God of all men. He has begotten them, but they have not all proceeded from him. What do you mean, grandfather? In our bosom lies a choice. All of us must choose whether to follow the Lord or not. Many have decided this is not important. They run after lucre, women, and gold. Power is the only God they know. They have shut their hearts to Elohim. Why is it important to follow Elohim if what men value is the ability to bend reality to their own will? You inquire as a sage inquires. Lamech is doing a fine job with you. Methuselah paused, took a drink of chamomile tea, then wiped the drippings from his long white beard. The trappings of this world are transitory, Noah. There is infinity out there, but chaff is consumed by fire. Only the gold of Ophir survives. Therefore, our souls must be gold. We must not lust after the precious metal itself. Is it wrong to store up wealth? Are we not wealthy ourselves? We are wealthy, my son. In this you are right. But our wealth is not material. Elohim gives of his generous bounty because he delights in us. But our assets are not commercial assets. What we have cannot be traded or bargained for. It is more like an inheritance that comes with a strict set of provisions in order to be transferred. We are stewards. When we begin to don the mantle of master, that is when we step on thin ice. From this ice, once it breaks through, there is no coming back. Very few, I should say, ever come back. Methuselah took up a large branch and effortlessly tossed it into the fire pit. The years wore on his soul, but physically, he only got stronger with age. This strength he accredits to the blessings of his God. Noah was all of 6 years old, but already he had the keen intellect of one several decades beyond. Indeed, many die of old age and never reach his innate understanding of the ways between divinity and mankind. My boy, continued the old man, life is much like this fire pit. Most cannot escape the excitement of the flames, so they leap in and go up in a blaze. They shine forth for a season, but the shining is from consumption, not from inner radiation. It is a light that burns passionately and is immediately extinguished. What you have left is charred embers. Our path is not that path. We watch on from a distance. We play the long game. We do not burn in the hearth of the times. How do we escape the flames, Pop-Pop? Ours is the watercourse way. We are blessed with the dew of heaven. We are showered by the clouds. We flow around embankments. We quelch the lust that consumes the majority of men whole. This is the way of Elohim. This is the burden I place on you tonight. You must carry the mantle of God-fearing men. What if I'm not strong enough? What if wisdom eludes me? The fact you are even asking these questions, the babe that you are, means you have been blessed with more than a double portion of both. You need always keep this inside you. You will be tested, I'm afraid. Perhaps you will be tested to an excruciating degree. I'm afraid, Pop-Pop. Will you be with me? You have your father. You have me. Most importantly, even when we're gone, you have the Lord. He will not forsake you, Noah. I have seen into your future. You must be strong for us. You must bear this burden over square shoulders. This is your lot. Methuselah lived up in the snowy peaks of Ugur-Sirah. Lamech had brought the young boy to apprentice under his grandfather and be instructed in the ways of the Temim, the simple men, as the line of Seth was known. All men were descendants of Adam, of course, but not all men were righteous. The Temim were godly because of their humble, unobtrusive philosophy and quiet demeanors. These same characteristics caused them to fall behind the technological advancements of the times. For the sons of God, who were angels that deserted heaven to fulfill fleshly lusts, had brought their celestial knowledge to the forefront of civilization. Power and magic proliferated on the earth these days. The Temim knew better than to flirt with witchcraft, and those with no scruples held the reins of government closely. Their technology made them godlike, to the point they had to ask, "Who is Elohim, and what has he done for us lately that we should fear him?" It is in this age ripe with discovery and corruption of every form that Noah took up his training in the tradition of the Temim, to know and fear the Lord,